guarded by Shumpert. And it's blocked. Now Love. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Scott Skiles. Team rebounding is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Vucevic with the bucket.
A strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
It's been a slow start here for Cleveland. It's a 5-point game. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Nearly flawless offensively from start to finish there, and really just an impressive win.
Yeah, really balanced team. We saw a little bit of everything from them, and just about all of that everything we saw worked.
Here's Oladipo following the basket by LeBron James. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, three-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
And talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film studies, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all of that showed up for him big time last season.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Pick by Vucevic. Harris kicks to Oladipo. Vucevic is screen on Shumpert. Down low, it's deflected. And that one's good.
And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
Now Oladipo, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Watson dishes to Oladipo. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. And it's Harris off the drive. It's rebounded by Cleveland. LeBron right side, outside Curry. Takes a three, and there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
For the Cavaliers, Thompson comes in for Mozgov, and Smith subbed in for Iman Shumpert. Azania, he's checked in for the Magic.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
And Cleveland making a change here. Verajau's checked in, then for the Magic. Smith checked in for Vucevic. Evan Fournier comes in for Aaron Gordon, and Shabazz Napier subbed in for C.J. Watson. They get it back. Here's Verajau, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And he gets the bucket.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Orlando, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip.
Well, it was a defensive issue for the Magic. They had trouble stopping opponents last season, guys. I mean, didn't really challenge anything at their own rim, and that's really what made it tough for them.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Mo Williams is checked in for James. Here's Fournier. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 6 on the shot clock. Good. Nice play there from Napier. Cleveland's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Curry passes to Williams. Back to Curry. The screen from Thompson. Shoots the 3. Orlando grabs the miss. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things at the wall, and most of it stuck.
Yeah, it did stick in high-quality fashion, too. I mean, a multifaceted approach like that takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense to stop it. That certainly wasn't the case that day. Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Here's Fournier. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Passes it to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. And the shot no good, a bit short. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Curry, here we go. Soft touch off the glass. Curry's got 8 points. The Magic trail by 3. Here's Fournier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. The 10-footer. The shot misses. Verajao. Up to this contested game as we start the second quarter. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Orlando. Inside, it's Fry and Vucevic. Watson out there with Oladipo. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. Here's Smith. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Shot's good.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
The Magic trail by 4. Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence, Clark, his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
And it's Orlando's ball. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. The Cavaliers leading by 6.
And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability.
Watson kicks the front. Now here's Watson. He's guarded by Williams. Gordon dishes to Vucevic. And again, unable to change momentum here.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time, but he's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
Oladipo, 14 feet away. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 8 points.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare entering the 2014 draft, selected 4th overall, which was actually a couple of slots higher, I think, Greg, than many experts thought.
I agree, and a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago, and never really got back on track.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And, getting back to Aaron Gordon, his defense is really what had scouts most excited. He has the rare combination of strength, lateral quickness, and ups to defend multiple positions.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
For 3, Love. Count the bucket. Love's got his second bucket of the night.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit. And talking about Aaron Gordon, everyone knew coming in that he was kind of unrefined. You're betting on his upside and hoping that he develops a consistent shot. And boy, if he does, you're talking about a guy who could become a perennial all-star.
The Magic trail by 9. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball, and the foul on Mo Williams. That's his first foul. And Oladipo kicks to Fry, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter. And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that. But I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
It's stolen by Harris. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop. And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Here's Napier. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's LeBron, leading by 5.
I tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide open shots like that.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Now let's take a look at the teams that have been holding their opponents to the fewest points in the last 10 games. The Cavaliers, number 1.
I mean, they've been impressive on the defensive end, and they may have caught a few teams on off nights, but you've got to give them credit. They've made scoring a chore when you look at their opponents.
And Orlando making a change here. Dedmon's checked in. Well, Clark, you follow international basketball so much, and Mauro Hezonja isn't a new name to you.
No, it's not, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing him do things in the NBA. Only played sparingly up until now, but the talent and skills he possesses, they get your attention.
Well, Hezonja has been playing as a pro since his 14th birthday.
Yeah, it happens that way in Europe.
We've got 1:23 left in the first half. Here's Napier, guarded by Curry. And the rejection by Love. And now Curry running the floor all by himself and finished off by LeBron.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And with Hezonja, it is all about what he might do in the future. He has great athleticism, very good size at his position, and already has great skill in terms of scoring the basketball.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Fournier. James outside. He feeds it to Mozgov. Curry kicks to Shumpert. Again, Shumpert missing.
You know what I like most about Hezonja is how much he believes in his own ability. He has tremendous confidence. Before the draft, he said he felt he should be the first pick overall. That's confidence, folks.
And it's Love missing. Here's Fournier, guarded by Shumpert. Lets it fly from 18. Here's Dedmon, and he gets it to go.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Curry outside, and that one's good. Curry's got 11 points.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day, even last game.
And the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He had 11 points and 3 assists. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. He has 11 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Curry in at the one spot. That's the group starting the second half for David Blatt. Cleveland leading by 4.
And that one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Oladipo with the ball, now guarded by Shumpert. Here's Gordon. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Gordon's got the first basket of the second half. That one for Orlando. Curry kicks to Love. The pass to James. Back to Love. And stolen by Gordon. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Cavaliers. Third best record here in the early going. And checking out Orlando, a game behind.
And I think for the Cavaliers, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And they're not a team that other teams look forward to facing. They're only going to get scarier the deeper into the season we get.
Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to the bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
And the Magic struggled last season, still waiting on one of their young stars to just take that next step.
Toward the end of the year, the Magic saw leaps from Oladipo and from Elfrid Payton.
Yeah, I like those two young guys, Kevin, but it's hard to compete in the NBA without a top 20 scorer.
The Cavaliers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Love outside. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 9 points for Kevin Love.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Back to Oladipo. Out to Harris. 4 on the shot clock. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Watson for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Yeah, it's really plain as pound cake. They're the better team. I mean, they'll look to prove it again here tonight.
It's stolen by Vucevic. The Magic trail by 3. Oladipo, the pass to Watson. Mozgov against Gordon. He kicks to Vucevic. 6 on the shot clock. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Vucevic has got 12 points in the game. Outside Curry. Dishes it to James. His three-pointer's off the mark. Magic have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Watson kicks to Gordon. To the paint for the lead. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And one thing about Nikola Vucevic, he owns the boards. Posted a top 10 double-digit average in each of the past 3 seasons. Plus, he's equally adept on both the offensive and defensive glass.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for Mozgov. And Jefferson subbed in for Shumpert. Love outside. It's stolen by Harris. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Outside for Curry. The drive by James. It's stolen by Oladipo. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the shot is good. Oladipo's got the lead up to 5 now for the Magic.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Well, Greg, you were talking about watching Vucevic. He doesn't have the athleticism to beat people to the ball on rebounds, but Clark, he does have an exceptional, ability to box out well. He's got that long reach. He can make steals.
Good technique, really great size, and a hunger to chase down the rebound, so you don't have to jump high to rebound effectively. As a matter of fact, Kevin, most outstanding rebounders are not high risers. They're quick jumpers, they're strong, and they pursue the pump.
That's a good point. Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Love. And Smith's subbed in for James. Got that bucket in no time at all. Curry's got it all tied up now for the Cavs.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
Pick by Vucevic. Smith against Thompson. 6 to shoot. Watson, that's for 2. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And the Magic lead by 2. Here's Curry. 16 points for him. Over to the left wing. Jefferson has a wide open look. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Varejão. On up the court. Outside Curry. Smith kicks to Curry. Pass to Jefferson for the lead. Jefferson can't get that one to fall. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Fournier dishes to Watson. Here's Vucevic. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. 16 points for Vucevic.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Curry kicks to Varejão. The screen from Thompson. The dish to Curry. Beyond the arc. And that one's good. Curry's got 8 points here in this quarter. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. The Cavaliers trailing on the court for Orlando. Harris and Gordon, the athletic forward pair. Hezonja's out there with Oladipo. And it's Dedmon in at the pivot spot, manning the middle to take the lead. And again, it's Cleveland. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Yeah, it has been. Neither team able to create any significant separation so far.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Oladipo with the ball. Williams picks him up. Harris. Second chance shot. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And he's good on the second. Well, the Magic knew that last season would be one, Greg, for development. A young team like they had needs to grow before they can really compete.
And you touched upon it, Kevin. They really were a young team last season. 3rd youngest team in the league by the end of the year. How about an average age of just over 24 years old?
Pass to Hezonja. Takes the 3. They get it back. Shot's good by Dedmon. And the Magic lead by 2.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Kicks it to Smith. Looking for Jefferson. He gets it there. And he overshot that one, missing.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Now here's Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Smith for 3. No good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Harris outside. And there's the feed to Dedmon. Oladipo outside. Floats one. He takes it up and lays it in.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Jefferson passing to Thompson. Outside Jefferson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number 1 for this defense.
Absolutely. You cannot allow a team to have that kind of a rhythm from beyond.
On the wing, Harris. To the inside, Oladipo. And the layup's good off the glass. Oladipo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And he gets it to go.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Ball's knocked loose. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Jefferson. But they get it back. Back to Williams. And Thompson kicks to Smith. The screen from Thompson. And it's Smith missing.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities. Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He told his guys, hey, we haven't been playing that well, and yet we're still in this thing. If we straighten up, put together a few buckets, we can seize control of this basketball game. Can they execute now, Kevin?
And Harris wide open. He shoots from outside off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Outside Curry. Mozgov sets a screen for Curry. Inside, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Vucevic off the left rim and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
LeBron outside to tie it up. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight. Now a timeout called by Orlando. Harris dishes to Watson. Feeds to Vucevic. Out to Harris. The 3. And the shot is good. And the Magic lead by 3.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Curry kicks to Shumpert. James the pass to Shumpert. Outside Curry. 5 to shoot. It's good! A tremendous three to tie it up.
Well, I tell you what, Steph Curry, somebody lit a fire under him.
Takes it from 10. It's good!
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Now you need every basket you can get.
Greg, I think they're still alive here, but they better execute every trip down the floor from here on out.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. And here's James outside. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
He makes the second free throw, and that ties the game up. And no good on the third free throw. So he ends up going 2 of 3.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. The score knotted at 65. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Balanced scoring, Clark, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyways, everybody...
Well, if you love great competition and neck-to-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1. Getting going right now. And it's going to be the Magic off the tip. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Orlando, Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Watson out there with Hazonia, and it's Harris in at the small forward. The Cavaliers trailing. Love outside. Here's Mozgov, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss. That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Well, wide open look for Love. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And 12 points for Love.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Here's Vucevic on his 15th shot attempt. He makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Back to Love. Cleveland moving the ball around. LeBron James on the wing. And Vucevic pulls it down.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that level.
Watson dishes to Vucevic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he has 20 points, a couple of nice steals, too. He's showing some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Yeah, not a combination that too many players in our league possess.
And he is unable to get the second one.
Well, they should be looking at a 3-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Harris passes to Vucevic. And stolen by LeBron. And here we go. Fast break. Love's got it. And Curry has it in the corner. He dishes it to Love. Connects from downtown.
They're having a problem dealing with Kevin Love.
Magic have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop so far in overtime. Watson kicks to Vucevic. Nails it. And that shot brings them to within just one.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
Curry dishes to James. Picked by Mozdov. It's Curry with the drive. Money!
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
Watson kicks to Vucevic. Tries again. And here is Curry. Count it!
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Here's Watson. Tries to keep it alive. The rebound by Kevin Love.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
So we see the...
Well, Kevin, in a game like tonight, what sort of elements of your identity and confidence are confirmed by getting this type of win?
That we can fight through and beat any team in the league if we're playing well. So for us to get this win here, our sixth man is our crowd. They've been great. They packed the house.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Stephen Curry.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K. From myself